And something that I've been hearing from a couple of other people that I've interviewed is that this is it's on its way to becoming an industry that some people are seeing like a huge financial opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's true. It makes a lot of sense. There's all the signs of the psychedelic industry becoming a tremendous opportunity. And there's a lot of sort of like venture capital money flowing into the space. So a lot of people are getting funded. And, that's, I think it's a good sign. I think that having these interests start to build in new inroads or new infrastructure solutions, I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but that's the way sort of things evolve and we go towards mainstream adoption. And if that's what we're looking to do, we're trying here to not really disrupt the pharmaceutical or mental health market. We're literally it's not basically bringing Uber to disrupt taxis. We're literally bringing in a flying car here. So we really need to, we're changing an industry. We're bringing in a new modality. And so there's a lot of people educating about it. There's traditional investors looking at it. There's psychedelic investors. There is dynamics between grassroots movements, media. So I'm extremely excited at the fact and prospect of being at the beginning of an industry, which I think is going to change the way we approach mental health.
Yeah.
How do you think, in terms of access, how do you think we can increase access? Because it is quite pricey, for the most part, and out of reach for a lot of people who may benefit and actually need it. So how do you think we're going to solve those issues to increase access so that for everybody who could benefit from it could be able to access these medications and treatments?
Yeah, that's a great question. It is very expensive. And in general, in America, I mean, I'm Swiss, so I come from a culture where, you have universal coverage. So it was a shock for me to experience the American healthcare system.
It's a shock for us too.
Yeah. No doubt. And, obviously the first solution is having insurance cover these treatments. That's really the best way to expand coverage or access. And there are people I know working at creating riders. There are initiatives in the space, but getting these larger payers to take it on is going to be one of the important factors. That being said, payers taking on, coverage of certain types of drugs or medicine, that will create some pressure on the companies themselves. And those dynamics are also complicated. So we'll see how that's going to pan out. There's a lot of task force, and we're very interested in being an advocate and participating in pushing for that policy. I think that then it's a question of, organizations offering sliding scales, maybe accessibility funds. So we've for example, at Journey Clinical, we've considered, creating a structure for sliding scales, creating maybe an accessibility fund where we can, help people get access to these medicines. And, our challenge is a little bit different because we are working, our clients are first the psychotherapist, and then we support the patients through them. But, if you look at this, there's a lot of problems. Like, for example, psychotherapists who are in minority communities where they're not being paid themselves are having access issues. So the chain is complicated. So there's the needs for diversity funding or diversity considerations, this need for increasing accessibility. And these are things that we're thinking about at Journey Clinical to be able to expand upon.